Yeah, why is this? A glitch? What could Albion's Adventures? Say we're playing Trick and Treat, the visual novel. And we would start chapter 1, interlude. Stay like any other, so normal. It was almost painful. The only special thing that can be said about it is it's October 31st. So far, one of the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, at least it seems like that. There are just some who had good costumes, whether superhero or monsters. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination. Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound. I remember that my mother once painted red in my face and told me, "You will be the devil." It only seems like she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was the Tomato Man. Those things didn't matter to me since we always had a good time. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything. Except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I am 17 years old. Yeah, you're legally like 1 year an adult, right? But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that might be. Back to reality. We're a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We're still not old enough to go to the disco, and I doubt guys as us would have any luck in that environment. The only other option would be go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. Everything perfect, except nobody's invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. Oh. Hey Axel! Let's have a couple of matches. What do you say? My friend Stephen called my attention while playing with the game console. Rush Shred, I believe is what the game is called. Fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason I don't feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play now. I applied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing it. Boring. The AI is no rival for me, Stephen said with confidence. When you're playing it on normal difficulty, it does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge Alfred, I said, leading the attention to my other friend. I don't know how to play that, answered Alfred, doubting for a second. He is sitting behind the PC, but it seems he isn't doing anything interesting. The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he's in Wikipedia. Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? I asked with discouragement, without even thinking about what he was reading. Alfred looks at me surprised. The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. He is one of those pseudo-intellectuals, always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. When we forget our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them, he added later. What are you talking about? This village is small and the story is not interesting at all. Nothing outside the normal has ever happened in it. Alfred laughs mockingly at hearing it. Your ignorance is worthy of praise. He pauses, filling his chest with pride. The very fact that it is a small town is the reason it's full of mysteries. Do you know that 20 years ago this state, a man disappeared? So, what about it? I asked without being impressed or even interested in the least. Things like that happen all the time in places. As I thought, you don't even know the history despite living in the very place. Alfred said while adjusting his glasses, in an arrogant gesture. There's a legend behind the disappearance. This is what I was reading. After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity. He said that I noticed it's not Wikipedia, but some other page. Come on, read this and learn a little, Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen. Well, Stephen and I moved closer to read it. Town of Almington, Abingdon, Oxfordshire County, 1949. 1994. I was 1 year old. Oh, cool. Alright. Oh, that was... Really, it was fine. It was fine. Thanks. See? I'll be back. Okay, I clicked the wrong button. I came to a town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in investigation. Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I've seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes. Some difficult to solve, but all of them were human. Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that they are people like anyone else. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. Truth is that I can't understand what happened. I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham. 23 years. Single. Cool, dude. You're the same age as me. Last time he was seen, he was returning home from a Halloween party. He had drank alcohol, but was still sober. Or at least, that's what the witnesses said. Anyway, this is not something which can be explained with simple drunkenness. He apparently got lost on the way home and decided to enter a forest called Oakwood. It had rained yesterday, so the ground was wet and muddy. We could easily find his traces with which were leading deep inside the forest. Apparently he walked for 3 hours before stopping. I say stop, but the truth is we don't know what happened then. Tracks suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest. That's all. There was no evidence of a struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on the ground. There was no blood, no more footprints, everything else. The depth of his last footprints and the position they were indicated say that he's still walking. At no point he stood still. It was as if he had vaporized in the air, with all his clothes, in the middle of his walk. Obviously I can't believe such a thing, but I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remember is that near the footprints I sensed a faint smell of rot. However, there were no animal corpses nearby. It was ridiculous to think he suddenly started to decay and became earth. In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything, but I decided to escape from the village. However, officially there was no more to do. I couldn't sleep in peace. Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind I thought of all sorts of theories. Like, maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew. But in the end, they all seemed impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched down for similar stories. To my surprise, I found 4. All young men. Their story was always the same. They walked in the forest alone, disappearing without a trace. Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date, October 31st. But there's more. A detail that completely eliminates the possibility that there is a kidnapper behind this. It is a separation of years. Roger Bacon disappeared in 1924. Michael Smith disappeared in 1867. Jason Black disappeared in 1830. And worst of all, Oswald Taylor disappeared in 1707. It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answer might be in the past of the forest. And when I discovered what seemed to be a simple and boring forest, actually hid a great story. Before it was called Oakwood, or Oak's Forest, the place was called Witchwood. The word witch, similar to each known heretic with witch. Taking into consideration that the old name and the language changes over time, the indication that it was the forest of witches.